next up we have Dezy.
Yes, this is delightful little Miss Dezy. She's a little over a year, probably going on a year and a half. And she came to me at 35 pounds, but she's probably a little bit more than that now with all of the treats. And she's just a really well-tempered dog, at least with people. She loves all people. She's really good with kids, with small kids. She's learning how not to jump up on people, but we haven't done a lot of socializing, certainly, but she's very respectful and very gentle with people and kids. She loves to play. She's a good sleeper. There have never been any accidents in the house. And she's easy to train. She's well behaved. And her only challenge is with other dogs and making proper introductions with other dogs. So she has a couple of friends that she plays with or hangs out with. And we took our time to introduce them. But the other thing is that they are also very passive or submissive dogs. So it's easy for her to be friends with them. With dogs that are reactive, that's a little bit more challenging. So she loves to play. She's really good at playing. She's not overly aggressive with them or aggressive over toys or anything. Her play style is wrestling. She's a good wrestler. But with the older dog that she's friends with, she doesn't push him or try to, push him into playing. She enjoys being around him and socializing with that dog. She does not like rainy days, that's for sure. So it's good to have some activities for her, like a bone to chew on or a Kong to engage herself in. But if I'm busy, she gets the message and she can go either play by herself or puts herself to bed or just hangs out until I'm ready to engage her again. So I've been able to just get up from time to time and engage her just for a few minutes at a time when I have time. And that's been enough for her. So, and she did live for her first year outside. So she really does enjoy being outside and even more so if I'm outside with her, if I'm able to bring my laptop outside or something like that. So she needs some playtime with other dogs. But again, the introduction is really what it's all about. She can be a little bit offensive in setting her boundaries with other dogs if we see them on walks. But that doesn't mean that they can't possibly be friends. It just is her setting her boundaries. And if the other dog complies and is willing to respect her boundaries, then they can be friends. So I can't tell you how much, a sweet little thing she is. That's all I can say about her right now. Are there any questions or what am I missing?
That was great. Any other questions for Miss Dezy?
She's walking much better. I can, especially in the morning and the early afternoon, the leash is hanging very loosely. And I've started, because she doesn't really like the harness, I've started putting the harness on, but just practicing walking her with just the neck leash. And she does really well with that. But I keep the harness on just in case we run across something and she starts to pull or becomes reactive or something, then I have that as the choice. But she's settling in on her walks, especially when we're going by other dogs and getting to know who's in the neighborhood. And we walk by pretty frequently a household that is a doggy daycare. And she's doing really well with that. Yesterday, I was able to ask her to sit, and she sat and just looked at the other dogs as they looked at her. And there were about 15 in the yard. So that was good. That was very good.
Thank you, Kara. I know you've had Dezy for a while, and I feel like she's kind of another hidden gem. She definitely, needs that time to process information and go slow with new relationships. But it's very clear that she's, with dogs, exactly. She's settled in very nicely into your routine. She's also very eager to train and work with people. She's very
Yeah.
team motivated. She loves training. So if there's somebody out there who wants a dog that they can teach tricks or maybe do agility with, she's super fun and eager and just ready to go. What are we doing now? Not like hyper bouncing off the walls, but just like, oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna get up, we're gonna do something. Okay, what are we gonna do, Mom? What are we gonna do, Dad?
Exactly. She's really pretty relaxed, but she is young, so she does need to be engaged. But she's able to go and sit by herself or take care of things if I don't have time to engage her. So she takes those cues very well, and she loves squeaky toys. She loves tug of war. She loves fetch. She loves her bones, and she loves her playmates. She's a really chill dog in the house. You do have to, she has her moments where she wants to play, but it just needs to be for a few minutes and then she can take it from there.
What does her exercise routine look like a typical day or week?
Well, we usually walk 3 times a day. And in the morning, she usually wants to play a little bit tug of war or something, but just for a few minutes. And I think that's just sort of gearing her up to poop, really, or just getting going. Let's see, we usually go, and when I'm in between meetings or something, I will go out in the yard with her and play with the flirt toy or play tug of war. So it's little increments throughout the day is what I have been able to do. And that's been just fine for her. And she gets a play date a couple of times a week when we can. And we have been parallel walking with another foster, trying to get her to relax around that other foster dog. And we started that by just walking in behind them a few blocks and stalking them a couple of times until she got interested and realized the other dog wasn't going to be aggressive when it was okay, until we were able to close that gap and then walk much closer to them, and they were fine. And then she wanted to sniff his butt. But we haven't taken it further than that. But that's the way that we have been relaxing her into developing relationships with other dogs, just one piece at a time. And it's always worth it to take that time, because when she does make friends with them, they play really well. So, and she does go on hikes where there's a couple of volunteers that come and take her on hikes at Goddard Park. And she'll pretty much go with anybody. She loves people. She's very, very friendly and open with people.
Not a good watchdog.
Not a good watchdog, except for the mailman. But otherwise, you're right. Any other person can pretty much walk into the yard and she'll go and greet them.
And she's also a great size. So she's got a little extra weight on her. I think we all have a few extra COVID pounds, but she's a really good size.
Yeah, we're working on that. Especially now that she's eating out of a bowl. And so I've added a little bit of yogurt and pumpkin to her kibble, which she loves. And we have fewer Kongs and treats. So I'm able to get her to sit and do things on walks now without so many treats. So I'm starting to work on her weight a little bit, and she's been fine with it.
All right. Thank you so much, Kara.
My pleasure. She's a good girl.
She's a very good girl. She's going to find a great home. All right. Next up, we have Clancy.